Good morning. Morning. So, that is on. Good. Bring down that music. Good morning. Switch here, Alex. It is good to see you and anybody else that decides to join in today. It is going to be a fun poetry morning. Today is a request show, which is exciting as well. And last week or so has been very planned out, very regimented, very like, oh, I got to do this project, I do that project. Well, a lot of my projects are done. I'm excited to just write, crack it open and pull a topic out of thin air and just make something new, as I've done so many other mornings doing poetry here. So this will be a really nice, refreshing experience. What are themes for today feeling like for me? Today is a request show. I didn't put it in the title. I'm still getting used to Streamlabs and all the rhythm of setting everything up in the morning and making sure that we have things happening, people following, the whole thing like that. But it is a request show indeed. So if you happen to be lurking there in the chat, you have the opportunity today, as with mostly other days, to be able to throw a topic out there and make some poetry gold happen at once. You can edit your stream title while you're live on Twitch. Let's do that, actually. That's going to be a good idea. If I go to my Twitch on my phone, and I go to my channel, I'm going live right now, and then maybe I can edit it. It's not letting me edit it. But there's also this option. There we go. I see it. Are we ready for some magic to happen? Request show. Incremental improvements every day. Alrighty. And there we go. Incremental improvements every day. So, in lieu of this open opportunity, what is it like to, well, this morning was a really interesting morning for me. I sat myself down and I had, I put my little notebook in front of me. I have so much technology surrounding me all the time, even with being a typewriter poet, where I have this to-do list for this job. I've lamented many times on this channel, and I say it so much as a broken record, that I have three part-time jobs, and then I run my small business, which includes the poetry studio and all that. So I'm a busy guy. A little overwhelmed, probably something that I should have scaled back on one or two things, but they're all good, and I can't stop right now. I'm kind of locked into them, at least for the next several weeks. One of them might get smaller after the next several weeks. But the key to all that was the feeling of, this morning was just getting with my notebook and really just getting to the root of it all. What are the basic things I need to be addressing, taking care of, self-care. I caught the beginning and a little bit of the middle of the Phazed stream last night. So on Akira the Don's Meaningstream at night, he highlighted an artist called Phazed who's done so much of the album work for this guy, for all of Akira's music, and it was just an incredible to be listening to him talk about going through depression, the art, and everything like that. And I feel like I was on very similar concurrent journeys, not exactly the same, but very similar concurrent journeys as this artist. And when I woke up this morning, I realized I got to get my act together just a little more. Keep pushing that envelope. And part of what is going to help is going to be just having a daily ritual, it's almost like. And I mean, I have morning routines, but what if the entire day could be kind of like that? Not all the time, and obviously very adjusted. Yeah, Twitcher Alex said it was definitely a good interview. He gave good advice in a variety of subjects, and it was just an overall good conversation. Incredibly great conversation. And I definitely am going to be replaying that one in the future because just like he was kind of talking about his struggles with depression, he was very open about that. I've struggled with depression recently, actually. I recently have been struggling with. It's not really that anything's going wrong in my life. He at a certain point talked about kind of that the body has memory, and indeed, when I was younger, I definitely went through a lot of depressive issues. Get this mic turned up a little bit. There we go. It's a little better. I had a lot of depressive issues, got over them, but now there's residual effects. So basically, I did the, like kind of get after it strategy, and I've got now a smattering of therapists, spiritual directors that have kind of assembled around myself. But that's a conversation for another day. But anyway, it was an amazing, amazing, amazing experience to hear that. And I think I want to write a little bit about what it was like to kind of, because they were touching a little bit on beauty. Akira's making the beauty album. I think a poem about beauty, kind of diving into that a little bit, might be a really good starter topic for this morning. If you are just joining us or watching us on the replay, this is a request show. But I'm going to be writing about beauty to start. And the instrumental that happens to be playing as I bring it back up is Beautiful Women by Akira the Don. But I think it just finished. Yeah, now it just went to a different song. Yep, it went to a different song. But anyway, let's get to typing, creating that wonderful poetry. One of the other things it's important to mention is that I will be having my first repair stream today. Today at 12, I will be doing a repair show. Now, what's really cool is that I'm going to show you guys a picture of it. I have 3 camera angles. I actually think I might be able to shift. Let's see. I might break the stream here. Hopefully I don't. All right. All right, are we still live? We're still live. So, you can't see it, but this camera is going to be having a different angle. But I have a new camera which I don't have loaded. Never mind. I am just making it up. We're back on our original setup. But basically, I have a left camera that's all the way over here. Let's go back to the left up here. I have a left camera that's all the way over here. I'm going to have a center camera. It's going to be a little bit of a different orientation. Oh, goodness. Let's get that music a little lower. Thanks, man. I'm getting used to the way that Streamlabs sets up its music monitors. I just turned off the music completely, which is fine. So yeah, I have oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna have a camera that's to the left. I'm gonna have a camera that's straight down the middle, and then I am going to have a camera that's going to be on the top. It's going to be a top-down view. I have this tripod. I'm going to literally put a tripod on my desk to start things off. And that's going to be the top-down view. And that way, there's going to be 3 different angles at which we'll be able to you could be able to see a typewriter repair. I don't know if there's a lot of people on Twitch that are going to be interested in that type of thing. I mean, I know it's going to be a little more nostalgic. I really don't know what the tech community is like, and I know that, it is a bit of a challenge when you move from genre to genre. I don't know. We're going to see. but it's only going to be once a week, and really it's for me. And part of the reason why it's for me is because having the recordings after the fact of those repair streams will help me if I need to put something back together. What am I going to be repairing today? I mean, I think I'm going to probably do a teardown on the Corona 3 that I have down there. It's a 1920 typewriter. I need to order parts for several of the typewriters. Actually, I might just do, the Remington Noiseless needs a margin stop. Do that. Anyway, I'm rambling about nuanced things and I'm not writing poetry. I'm just testing out my volume levels. There we go. That's a little better. Right. Back with the hat. These are some pretty good songs for this poem, which is about art. Alrighty, poem is done. I actually really like how this one turned out. This. Ready. Vision Vibrant is the name of the poem. And it is an artistic interpretation of art, for one thing. I think I'm going to send this one to Phazed. There's a lot of inspiration from some of the things that he was saying, but only in the beginning. I didn't catch the end, so I'll have to say it with disclaimer. But also, just talking about art. Vision Vibrant. Starry night swirling into view. Do you see the apple of the mind's eye, or must you borrow glasses of mine? I unroll the scroll of neon new nuanced faces. Turquoise tension of reality splashed onto the page. The artist endeavors to create uniqueness. Something that wasn't there. A canvas of immersion into the difference of perception. I woke up believing we were so similar, but in the spinning of nerves there are accidents, blips of mortality in between the folds of the mind. Tucked inside is art, the separation from everything else. True to me, see where I flee that dissolve into the mundane and become painted, pixelated, and pure. Hey, Spencer Grove. Once again, me and this. But I'm going to go on your website. I'm going to read the poem now. I didn't get the chance to read your poem earlier, so we'll actually dive into your poem now. I really want to see this poem vanilla. It now has like a super level of like, you know, I don't know what I would call it, but it basically now I need to it's not suspend your tension. Let me see here. I didn't know if I had the audio running while I did that reading. But it's not suspense or tension. It's more that like it's built up over time. So like now like I gotta read it. And I'm going into my messages on Discord. So if you see the video kind of blip for a second, I noticed that when I run other programs, when I'm doing Streamlabs, my Twitch gets angry at me. But it looks like it's not getting angry at me. I have a feed running over here. Come on. But yes, I just finished writing a poem based off of last night's conversation. Did you make it last night on the Meaningstream, where Phazed was talking? It was pretty spectacular, at least the first half of it, that I got to see. There we go. Vocal Spencer. Well, Google's not working today. Google hasn't woken up yet, so I'm just going to have to try to read it from the computer itself. Yeah, his journey is indeed a was definitely something that was inspirational at that. And I really do want to dive more into what his journey is. There we go. 12 days ago. Vanilla. Let's get the... A sonnet of flavor and sweetness. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Oh, I'm excited. Because I think that what's so great about your poetry, Spencer, is that it contrasts, like my free verse is just like it's like wild romping in the fields. What do you call it? Yeah, it's wild romping in the fields, but like sonnets are just like such like a comfort, like that you settle into them, but they also have that spark to them of unpredictability within the structure. So, without further ado, anybody that is tuning in, I am going to be reading Vanilla by fellow poet Spencer Barrett, tagged as surreal poetry. I like that. I have been meaning to integrate poetry readings into these streams, and I keep not doing it. Instead, I have been working on technical things such as putting tripods on desks, but that's but we'll get to vanilla and this exploration of the taste of vanilla. Some would say that vanilla is too bland, but I must disagree with each of those. A taste so decadent I could be banned from all else. For taste, smoother than a rose, vanilla is a divine catalyst to expand potential of all others. More than nutmeg or cinnamon's kiss. Beware the complexities you'll smother. It is soft but complete, and asks no more, but just acceptance, love, heart and kind. A joyous delight of sweetness, I swore I would never have something so refined. Vanilla is a warm wind that holds you. We all know one who is vanilla, too. Oh, that's wonderful. That just catches you at the end. We all know one who is vanilla, too. I love that. Vanilla by Spencer Barrett. And you can check out more of his poems on his vocal page, and you can tip him there for his poetry. And I literally have this vocal thing on my list of things that I really want to get into, because I just love the idea of being able to share my poetry on a space like that. It's like it is a better medium, because medium is like great, but there's some stuff it doesn't, now it's too like, there's these people that blow up on there and it isn't community based. Spencer Grove, it is much appreciated that you come to the stream, say hi, and hang out here. I do appreciate it. And I think that this is just a big important reminder that I need to get poetry readings happening on the regular here and putting out for requests and submissions. We have time for one more poem, at least, before kind of we get closer to 8 o'clock and stream kicks. Spencer Grove says, I love hearing someone else read it aloud. Feels like it works. Yeah, and I would love to hear what my stuff is read aloud by other people because you get the different perspective. You also see the poem employed. It's almost like creating a product and then seeing someone walk away and use that product. You're like, oh, look at that. That product's being used. But the thing is with poetry, it's so much more ethereal because it's no use to it. I mean, there is use. Beauty's good. It brings happiness. But it's not about the use. I read your poem about vanilla because it just brings joy. I read it for its own sake. And so when something gets used for its own sake, like somebody else reads my poem or, appreciates a poem that I write on the street or something and takes it, it's almost like nobody needed to do that. There was never a need for any of it. And then it happens and it's just like a flower blossoming. Like nobody said the flower had to blossom. Nobody said the flower had to blossom. I'm going to jump into that. Bring back our typewriter camera. Well, thank you again. Hi there. My dog has come to say hi. We're going to get the dog on the street. Oh, come on. Thanks. Oh, there we go. This is my pup. Dog cam. What music is playing now? Oh, this is great. Bring this down a little bit. And now the dog wants to go and do typing. You guys can't see it because it's right in the corner, but here. This is the dog. Say hi to everybody. This is the first time that the dog's appeared on the stream. All right, Max, you should probably get down. Eagles landed. That is my pupper. Maybe I should have him feature more regularly. Maybe I have to create a perch for him up here. He can just sit and watch everybody. First appearance of Max. What was the line? Oh goodness, it was a great line. Nobody said the flower had to blossom. Nobody told the flower to blossom. Now, Max, you've interrupted my creative flow. I love my dog. That's a very typical thing for him to do. In a good way. I will stare at this and I will figure it out. Here we were the run I was on was beauty for its own sake. And really taking that and nailing it down to something concrete. I'm going to do it. Helps increase the contrast by doing that. And I'll just tweak that just a little bit. The images in this poem are just I think it lost a little bit of its organization, and it's just kind of gone a little bit on a rampant wild. Oh, it's liking itself. There we go. My typewriter is wandering again. I thought we solved this problem. I think that's it. The poem finished itself up in a quicker way than I expected. Sometimes poems do that. There is a lot of my friends and I, the poetry friends and I, the guy that's helping me with the poems. We talk a lot about poems having their own life to them, and they kind of just sometimes take over and do their thing, and then that's it. It's like, all right. It is a request show today. We do have time in case anybody else does want to drop a request into the chat. I still have to do Steve Disco Newsom's disco poem, but I wanted to wait for the moment that he pops in so you can see it written live. But if he doesn't pop in over the next few days, then I will just write it. All right. Mute music. I wish there was a fade function for the music here on Streamlabs. But in the meantime, nobody told the flower to blossom. No decree or will can till the harvest of plenty on the eyes. Sighs of yearning, to be sure, have their way, but the adornments of petals, pure in heart carpeting the meadow or mountainside, hide our helplessness. Accident of our wandering, preachers lying from pulpits that the here now is chosen. I will sit in constant motion, meditate in commutes and committees, and build buildings whilst waiting with open heart for that spark that comes from mere stem, more powerful than I ever could be. And that is Nobody Told the Flower to Blossom. Created on the spot. It's not, and I don't know if the poem's actually achieving what I want it to achieve. It might need some editing. But it's not about, I don't want to, I'm a big believer in play on demand. Create and create and create. And then beauty comes from that. And I try to capture that in this poem, but I don't know if I captured it. Because the thing is it's important to remember that though you are creating all the time and you feel inspired, sometimes, and I think that Joe Rogan has a more colorful phrase for it, but sometimes it's not always striking it. But you just keep creating. You keep making, and then beauty will happen. And it'll feel like you've been building buildings, And the buildings are good, buildings work, they're even a little functional, and then you stumble upon a flower. Mere stem. And that's that. Twitchy Alex says, Steve's coming on the Meeting Way morning show this morning. I know, he said it on his show, like on Monday. And like, because Akira likes to keep those things more under wraps. Like, it was so funny because like Steve just said it. I was like, oh, cool. Steve's coming on the morning show. I'm excited for the conversation to happen with Steve. It's going to be a good morning for all that. Well, in lieu of no more requests, I am going to say that we have poeted well today. And I will probably spend tomorrow creating Steve Disco Newsom's disco poem if he has not popped on the stream by that point. Today, at about 12 o'clock EST, adjust your times for wherever you might be, there will be the second actually, because the first one actually, there was a repair stream previously. It was a total mess. But there will be the second repair stream on Twitch, where I will be working on repairing a typewriter. You'll get to see one of these machines, a different machine, kind of really broken down. And tomorrow, I might even feature that machine because it'll be New Typewriter Thursday. And one of the things I'm going to do is if we have a crowd on New Typewriter Thursday, we will have a vote on whether the typewriter should go or stay. You guys could make me stick with the machine for the next week. Anyway, some fun ideas that I have, as well as making requests for poetry and reading poetry. We got to do that. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great day.